Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, the Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the AMX 50B, a Tier 10 French auto-loading heavy tank. In today's video, we're going to be asking a very simple question. Is this vehicle worth the grind? If you want my opinion, I would say yes, but you have to understand how to drive it. I would say that currently the AMX 50B is probably one of the worst performing Tier 10s out there since update 9.1. Why? Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen 50B players think that because they have a higher clip, they're able to just YOLO. That's not the case. Sure, this vehicle has a really deadly clip, 1520 damage in a matter of 9 seconds. I mean, that's 4005 levels of damage. Sure, it doesn't get the damage out as quickly as the 4005, but it still gets out a lot of damage. What people don't realize is that the 50B has virtually no armor. I mean, the sides are literally 30 millimeters thick. You can overmatch the sides of this vehicle with almost any shell, which is a pretty big downside when you think about it. So you have to keep that in mind when you're using the AMX 50B, is that you can't just YOLO. You're going to die if you YOLO. And if you thought that, I really don't know what led you to believe that in the first place. The 50B is a passive hunter, is what I like to call it. You wait for the enemy to make a mistake, and when they make that mistake, that is when you pounce. So for example, we got the Hori over here. I'm aiming a shell on his vehicle, and there you go. That's one nice pen. Unfortunately, he did end up penning me back, but we still won the trade with the Hori. I don't actually know why that player thought he would win the trade battle with me. We also got a really unfortunate bounce on that type, but we were able to connect our final shell on his vehicle. And that means even though we penned 3 out of the 4 shells in our clip, that's still about 1200 damage. Think about that. 1200 damage. That is a huge chunk. Now we got our 4005 off to the side, who's reloading his clip, and I'm also reloading mine. And I am very excited to shoot at this enemy 50B, who's decided that pushing to mid was the best decision he could make. Come on. Go for it, 50B. If he backs up, well, there you go. 1 shell into his vehicle, and I would love to get a second shell out, which we were able to do. Nice 476 tap right there. And, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I mean, that 50B is literally begging. You know what? No. I was thinking about going for the 50B, but we also got the 4005, and, I mean, that was a pretty nice shell into the 4005. People really underestimate the gun on this tank. Everybody's like, oh, which accuracy's nerfed? I really don't see the accuracy nerf hurting the vehicle all too much. To me, seems to really hit most of the shells it fires. We just got a couple more seconds left before we have our clip loaded. I'm hoping that our team will just push the enemy Hori, because I don't personally want to deal with him. Perfect. And then in 2 more seconds left, we'll have another clip ready. Another 4-shell clip, I should add. So let's see, where is the enemy? Well, we got the T100 LT above, and I really don't want to waste a shell on his vehicle, but I guess if I have to, I will. So let's get a shell into the 50B. Let's get a shell into... I'm honestly going to ignore him for now. He's dead as it is. And that means we still got 3 more shells that we can use on this 268. So let's go for a tracking shot. There you go. 1 nice tracking shell. Let's go for a second tracking shot. There you go. And goodbye. I mean, is there anything really else to add about the 50B? This first battle was just a perfect example of where this tank does such a good job at just not caring. Like, sure, its damage was nerfed by 20 a shot. That's really not enough to hurt the tank, in my opinion. You can deal the same clip, right? So the clip in the 50B previously was 1200 damage. Now, with 380 damage in those 3 shells, you're dealing 1140. You've lost 60 damage out of the 3 shells that you previously could have done the damage in. That's not really a lot. You're going to have to penetrate 4 clips, and you're only going to lose 240 damage from those 4 clips. Is that really detrimental? No. Especially judging that the 50B's HE damage is the same at 500. So you can actually deal a 2,000 damage clip. Yeah, 2,000 damage clip. My brain was doing math. It's currently 5:30 in the morning, and I'm going to sleep right after finishing this. But I thought I'd record the video and then have it uploaded and pre-post. That way I can wake up at probably 3 p.m. or something like that. Either way, yeah, very simply put, the 50B's gun is really strong with HE. Its normal penetration values are all the same. Really, the only thing that got nerfed on it was the accuracy. And as you saw in that first battle, did the accuracy nerf really hurt it? There's so many people that keep telling me its accuracy is so much worse, but I don't personally see a difference. Like, I didn't play the 50B that much before, but to me the 50B's gun's always been derpy because it's really bad on movement dispersion. So I never really get to aim it in to begin with. I don't really notice that much of a difference. Maybe I'm just the one that's enjoying this tank and everybody else isn't, but yeah, I've really been enjoying this tank. It's very rare for autoloaders to actually have downsides, and I think Wargaming did a decent job balancing the 50B. It has really good clip potential, but it also lost DPM, which I think is better. Autoloaders shouldn't have 3,000 DPM, and if you argue that, it's just, they shouldn't, especially a mobile autoloader like the 50B. If this thing had the clipping potential it currently has, plus more DPM, I don't know about that as a good decision. Now, unfortunately, we got shot in the side, but I'm just going to keep on shooting at the shag, and boom, I was going to say we got a nice shell in, but it appears that the majority of the enemy team is camping off to the other side of the map, because we got hit for 300, and 300 damage, I'm not actually sure what hit me for that, but yeah, we got hit more than once by, like, different tanks as well. I have no clue what their team's doing. Really bad decisions, if you want my opinion. I'm kind of caught in between a crosshair on what I want to do here, because I could try and shoot at, like, the vehicles over here, or I could ignore these guys and try and get shots into the vehicles on the side. Right now, though, I'm just going to fully clip this 50 TP. Oh, 50B gun, cringe. But it's all good because we still get our third shell out, which, again, is a perfect example. So, sure, I missed one shot, but we basically did the same damage as a normal 50B clip, even with that shot missing. We're up to a decent chunk of damage already. As you can see, the enemy team is pushing on my poor teammate over there. We got the grill right down below, and I cannot tell you how tempted I am just to YOLO the crap out of this grill. I'm not even joking. I'm really, really tempted to just YOLO him, but I'll be patient. I'll wait. There's one shell into the grill, and 2 shells into the grill, and 3 shells into the grill, and 4. And you tell me this clip isn't that strong. That was a full health grill that we just killed. Now, sure, he was running Spall, but you couldn't have done that in any other tier 10. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Can you think of another tier 10 that could do that? Sure, like maybe the TVP and maybe the 4005, but still, that is insane. I cannot believe we just full clipped a poor grill. Now, that was kind of his fault for pushing there, if I'm going to be totally honest, but still, kind of ridiculous. Now, I was going for a tracking shot into that M103. Unfortunately, it looks like it didn't pen, but there you go. Nice shell into him, and look at this. Our HE Alpha does the job, and we get a nice pen. Now we got the KPZ over here. I'm going to get one nice shell into his tank, and now I'm going to push him back. I'm hoping that we can push him back fast enough. Come on, back up. My teammates are going to shoot you. Back up, you stinky human. Oh, my God. Well, unfortunately, it seems like even though I wanted to get a little bit of extra damage on him, that might not be the case. We might actually die to him as well. His average damage is 560, so it's very possible we die, but we didn't. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the AMX 50B. That was a 5,000... like 600 damage battle, somewhere around that aspect. Let's see, 5,900, 5,900. See, every time I play this tank, people tell me it's bad. People tell me the gun's been nerfed, it's not enjoyable. But if we look at my statistics on it today, I've only played 3 battles, I'm averaging 4,300 damage, and I've won all 3. Where's the downside? I think it's a great tank, and statistically, you can see that it's a great tank. So, I still think it's a great vehicle to grind. You just have to understand how to play it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.